Hey VC, Wes here, checking in with another vinyl inbox. This past Friday, I decided to go out and do some thrifting. Went to a couple stores, went into the Salvation Army store, and noticed on the whiteboard in the front that they had books and records were all 25 cents that day, which is pretty good. They're normally 50 cents a piece. So I decided to go ahead and look through and see if they had anything. And I actually found a pretty decent stack of stuff, so I was pretty happy. They were all a quarter, so I think I got 19 records, so it was like, I think it was $3.75 I paid. But yeah, good stuff here. Go ahead and get into it. First thing I have here is, I already have this, but this is still in shrink wrap and very, very clean. Definitely a wall art piece here. This is probably the most famous cheesecake covers of all time. Herb Alpert's and Tijuana Brass, whipped cream, and other delights. Yeah, I just thought this would be fun to grab, and it's definitely worth a quarter just for the cover. To have one in a nice shape like that, it'd be a fun one to keep. Moving on, we got Joan Baez coming in from the shadows, or Come from the Shadows, from 1972. Don't know much about this one. Just some lyrics on the inside. Cool. I think I may have bought this already. I'm not sure. It could be in the stacks, but for a quarter, it's really in really nice shape. I couldn't pass it up. Next up, we got, this was really cool. There's some couple of jazz pieces in here that were really interesting. We got the Oscar Peterson Trio +1, Clark Terry. That was a cool one on Mercury. Definitely a cool find. I don't have a lot of jazz, so this will be really fun to give a listen to, and it's actually not totally destroyed like they usually are. It's in really nice shape. Cool Mercury label there. All right, next up is something I have no idea what this is at all. It's called LOL Cream and Kevin Godley L. So if anyone knows what this is, let me know. But it was just too interesting to leave. It was a pretty crazy looking album there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's from '82, I think. No, '78. Okay. From '78. It's on Polydor. This looks like an import. No, it's New York. Not an import. But anyway, that's an interesting. Let me know if you know anything about this, what it is. Next up, we got sort of a promo EP, I guess you could call it, from Rev Run, from Run DMC. This is when he did his solo album in the 2000s here. Let's see if it doesn't say. 2005. It's got I Used to Think I Was Run, Boom Diddy, Break Time, and Mind on the Road. This never really went anywhere for him. It was just sort of out of place, and in 2005 hip-hop terms, it just didn't really strike a chord. Hip-hop has gone way downhill by then, and something like this just didn't do anything. It's okay though. It's good stuff. Definitely a classic artist, and it was a cool find for a quarter. Next up, I mainly picked this up just for the cover. I thought the cover was cool. It's Chet Floyd in Boots. It's Chet Atkins, Floyd Kramer, and Boots Randolph. They each get 3 tracks, and just sort of as a compilation, I guess, of their work. But I just thought it was a cool cover and caught my eye, so I grabbed it. Next up, we got another Oscar Peterson. This is In a Mellow Mood, the Oscar Peterson Trio. Cool stuff. It's a 2-album set, but it's not a gatefold. They're sort of just in sleeves in here. So that was a neat find. Next up, we have Walk on the Wild Side, the Best of Lou Reed. Jacket's a little bit rough, but the vinyl is in good condition. It ought to be a good listen. I got that reissue of Transformer on Record Store Day this year, but that'll be good to have a greatest hits. Next up is sort of just a joke. There's a Jamaican restaurant that's here in town called Caribbean Spice that is sort of well known as a place to go for cheap lunch. I mean, you get a meat pie and a soda and some cocoa bread and a piece of carrot cake or banana bread or something for like $4. So it's a really cheap place to go to grab a quick cheap lunch, and it's well known. And there's this poster above the register that's been there for at least 20 years, and it's a poster of this girl. So I had to grab this album. It's quite an attractive cover, I guess. Interesting. We never said we were going to Caribbean Spice. They said we were going to Jamaica when we went there. So, but this is a reggae album. It's called Bayou Lee and the Dragonaires. On Dynamic Sounds from Jamaica. But I got a chuckle when I saw this album cover, and it was the same girl. It's on the poster, same exact picture, just it's rectangular shaped. That was a fun one to get. Next up, we got a Devo album. This is Duty Now for the Future. Cool. This is from '79, and it is a promo copy. So that was a cool find. Next up, Joni Mitchell, Shadows and Light. This one looked quite interesting. Interested to give this a spin at some point. Next up, Peter Gabriel. This is on Geffen. I guess this is titled Security. This one has Shock the Monkey on it. Lay Your Hands on Me. Yeah, I'm not sure if I had this one or not, but again, for a quarter, I'm going to grab it. And then I was ready to go check out, and then I see them wheeling a cart out with more records on it. And so sort of as they were putting those out, I grabbed what I wanted off the cart. That's always fun when you have first chance to go through things. First thing I got here is Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. Yeah, a lot of these, I was in a rush. I had to go to work, and I just grabbed these without even checking. I didn't even have time to check them. I really didn't have time to grab them at all, but I did anyway. This has got some scratches on it. It looks like it'll probably play through, but it's probably not going to be a keeper. A little bit disappointing, but for a quarter, I'll give it a spin and see what it's like. Next up was one that was really disappointing. This is Cream, Wheels of Fire. An album I really want to hear, but I only want to hear it on vinyl. I don't want to download it or buy a CD. And this is just, it's destroyed. I mean, the second album, it has a bend in it. I mean, it's bad. I don't know if you can see that. It's really bad. There's no way this will play. So that was really disappointing. Once I had a chance to get home and check this out, but oh well. Next thing, we got Grassroots, their greatest hits. 16 greatest hits. It's a cool one to find. I don't have any Grassroots. Dunhill. Next up, another one. Mamas and the Papas, 20 golden hits. 2 albums set on Dunhill. I haven't seen this one before. It's kind of weird, but well, I guess it's a reissue on MCA, but it's from Dunhill. Joe Cocker with A Little Help from My Friends. Probably shouldn't have bought this either. It's cover split. Let's see here. Vinyl's not too bad. There's some scratches on it, but should play okay. Next up, the Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, which I of course have this already, and I thought maybe I didn't have the insert with mine, but when I got home and checked it, I do have the insert already, so that's probably not going to be necessary to have that. And the last thing I got, Best of Tommy James and the Shondells. So yeah, that was a fun day at the Salvation Army. Some good stuff there, some not so good stuff there, but it was all a quarter. Like I said, it was less than $4 for that whole pile. So yeah, it was a fun dig. Let me know what you think of any of those, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Cheers.